In today's video, I am going to be breaking down Nikola Jokic when he was a rookie versus Sotto that is currently playing in the NBL in Australia. Let's get down and let's check out these two amazing basketball players. So first off, let's just really look at Nikola Jokic and how good he really was at a young age. Here he's able to get that pass past Gasol to Farid, and that was a fantastic pass. Basically what he did here was he was able to get that offensive rebound. He took a dribble out. He brought both of these post defenders out with him. Kenneth Faried was a very smart player. He moved obviously to the opposite post, and Nikola Jokic was able to notice that. He did a behind the back pass over to him for that layup. What a fantastic pass. And this was all because Nikola Jokic was looking up when he was dribbling. He noticed that there was no defenders around Kenneth Faried, and because of that he was able to get that pass over to him. And because Marc Gasol was standing straight up, basically on his heels, and because of that, there was nothing that Marc Gasol was going to be able to do. Nikola Jokic, I think the reason behind his ability to pass is because he understands what the defense is doing. So when he has this ball in the high post, he had a player cut baseline, essentially in the Russian spot, which is behind the backboard, and anytime a player is cutting there, and you as a player with the ball notice that the three baseline defenders in a 2-3 zone are lifting up towards you, then at that point you better be automatically knowing that there's better be a player cutting baseline. Obviously that's not just because of Jokic, that was because he had a smart player on his team. But even if you're not in the position of Nikola Jokic, if you notice that the defense is making a mistake, you better be cutting baseline. So first off, we have here Nikola Jokic, who's popping out to the 3-point line, and of course his main defender is out of position. Anytime a player tries to cut off a pass and you get it, you need to attack back the opposite direction. That gives him a wide open lane. Now, he had a few players who were basically collapsing in on him. He made a fake pass out to a perimeter 3-point shooter, and when he did that, he was then deciding, well, I can either shoot the ball or, of course, pass. Now, when it comes to shooting out of or off balance, it's not exactly a great shot. So here he had a defender who was not paying attention to his main player that he should have been basically defending, and Nikola Jokic was able to get that player the ball for that layup. I gotta admit, this is one heck of a good passer when it comes to a center. So here he's able to get that ball in transition, and this is why centers these days need to be able to handle the ball. He's able to go behind his back here as a rookie. This is fantastic from a 7-footer. And then of course when he gets that ball at the point, he's trying to get rid of it. He's trying to give it to a point guard of some kind, but here he gets that ball back and he's wide open. Like, he could have taken that 3, and believe me, if I was the player in that position, I would have been taking the 3 too. But however, he has all of these players who's paying attention to him. Here we have a player who's not paying attention to anything, and he has a smart teammate who's cutting back door. Well, this could be a 3, but as a player and as a coach, we should all know that layups are a lot better than 3-point shots, unless your name is Steph Curry. And in that case, Nikola Jokic was able to get his teammate the ball in the low post. He is just an absolutely fantastic player. He even gets that ball on the offensive side, fights for it, and because he's drawn up so many defenders to guard him, even as a rookie, he's able to hit up players who cut back door for layups. I think the reason why Nikola Jokic got the amount of time that he did on the court as a rookie was not because of his offensive ability to score. He only scored 10 points a game. It was his passing ability. His passing ability was absolutely fantastic. Here he gets it off of a roll, and then he's still able to pass to a player, and he was still in position that he could have scored himself. Now, don't get me wrong, Nikola Jokic was a good passer, but he was also very good at being able to score in the low post. Now, don't get me wrong, he's a very good scorer in the low post as a rookie too. Here he's going against Boban Marjanovic, who's a very good player in himself. However, he's able to get that basket. So what does he do? Well, guess what? When he gets that ball, he gets down low. He's getting balanced. He takes a dribble and he lowers his shoulder below the defender's shoulder. Now, that's not that hard when you're going against Boban, but what does he do? Well, when Boban tries to reach and stop him from doing that, look at his elbow. Look at what his elbow is doing. Jokic was able to get his elbow into the armpit of Boban, which basically lifts up Boban's arm, and he's able to take his 2 steps while doing that to get that layup, and yes, he got the foul call. but I can't deny he is one heck of a good passer, especially off of a dribble handoff. He was able to fake that dribble handoff to his teammate. Fantastic. Now, don't get me wrong, Jokic is a very good defender as a rookie too, but we still have Kai Sotto, who is a very good defender on his own. We can see that right here, where he's able to handle a much stronger, a much heavier player here. He's able to keep that player away and with his length block that shot. Fantastic move, by the way. He's also very good at reading the court, where he can leave his man to go and block a shot. Now, this was a very good move. Now, you would normally say, well, that's actually kind of risky. He's now leaving his man wide open. Well, I think it's because he was able to notice right there that he has a help defender who can come down and help at least stop the pass from happening. And because of that, he had the ability and the desire to go and block that shot, which is why he did it. Kai Sotto is also very tenacious on the offensive side. Here, he got blocked, but he was able to get that rebound back, and he was able to take a nice hard pound dribble shoulder into the chest of that defender and then ended up going up for the dunk. And coming off of the screen here, he's cutting towards the rim, and at this time he has only one real defender, and as soon as his defender leaves him to try to contest that shot, his teammate's able to get him the ball and he's able to go up for a dunk as well with essentially 3 players around him. Kai Sotto's also a very smart player as well. Here he cuts backdoor when his defender plays help defense, and he's able to go into that defender for the layup. Anytime that you see that your defender leaves you to play help defense and you're on the weak side, you need to cut to the basket, especially when the help side swing defenders are not there to make that swing. You need to be able to take that lane to the basket, and that's what he does here. And when he does that, he's able to go up off of 2 feet, which is extremely important. I would have actually got lower, and I would have actually tried to get as low as possible to go for that jump into that player. However, it doesn't really matter with Kai Sotto's size and strength. He's able to make that layup anyways. He's also fearless. He's willing to go up for that block, even though that player was about to dunk it on his face. And he's able to do this because he's able to time that jump. I've said this in a few different videos, but when this player picks up that ball, he's got 2 steps at that point. That's 1, that's 2, and that gives Kai Sotto the ability to time that jump so that he can get up there. We have to remember, he's 7'3". He can get those blocks. Kai Sotto also has very good body control in the air. Here, he's able to get that alley-oop dunk. He was in position for this because he was in the low block. He had a player who was attacking the middle of the key. His man left him to try and contest or at least stop that from happening. And when that happened, when in reality, that player should have stayed with Kai Sotto. This player should have dropped off. This player should have cycled down, but that didn't happen, and because of that got Kai Sotto an easy basket. Again, this is all about timing. That's step 1, that's step 2, and he's able to get that block because he was able to time the jump. If you are a big man, you better be able to time your jump. Again, really smart play. His man pops up in that help defense. Kai Sotto's able to drive or cut baseline. When that happens, his man is out of position. This man did not cycle down like he should have, and of course that gets Kai Sotto an easy dunk. Now, of course, that made his opponent really mad because that could have been considered basket interference, but he made the dunk anyways, and he's able to really drive on players too. We can see that here when he gets that swing pass, his defender's running out of position because he's sprinting out to cover Kai Sotto, because Kai Sotto can shoot threes, and Kai Sotto's got long enough legs to get to that basket. The only issue here is Kai Sotto wasn't aggressive enough. He was not angling into the defender, and that's what you need to do. So of course he is still young. He can still make mistakes, but you need to get your shoulder in front of that defender's shoulder. You need to get that angle and cut him off from being able to block you. Here he almost gets blocked because he did not take that angle. However, still was able to make that shot. So overall, being a really good passer can get you a lot of playing time, especially in the NBA, but it also happens at the high school level as well. If you are a very good passer, you're going to get playing time. But also some of the mistakes that we've seen, at least with Kai Sotto, is he doesn't always angle his drives and attacks and getting his shoulder in front of the defender's shoulder, as we've seen with Jokic at roughly the same age. So yes, there are a few things with both players that are very similar, but both players are also quite different as well. I personally think that Kai Sotto is going to be a fantastic player in the NBA, and of course Jokic is going to be going down as one of the best centers of all time as well. So I hope that you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys again next time.